Hi Libra, welcome to your end of September 2017 General Tarot Update. It's Rena here. So this is the last gasp of Jupiter in Libra. And the official date for it to go into Scorpio is October 11th. And I recently got a comment from somebody who said that Jupiter hadn't really benefited them as a Libran, being in their sign. And one thing that I want to make very clear is that you have a solar chart and you have a natal chart. Now, any transit that an astrologer talks about on YouTube is going to be a very generalized thing. So your rising sign, if you're a Libra sun, your rising sign could be any sign. And that determines your houses, the time of birth and the rising sign. So that could be like a totally different area than just having Jupiter in your sign. But the other thing is that you're also looking at your attitude in life. And this is one of the reasons why I'm not really all that interested in transits. I do them, and I am curious about them for myself, but only in a very general way, because I know that I have to bring something to the table. And if you will pardon this shameless plug, this is why when I do private readings, I really do try to frame it in a self-empowering type of way, rather than, okay, let's see if you're going to have good luck. Because I really don't believe that, and I hope I haven't given anybody that impression that, oh yeah, you have Jupiter in your sign, so just kick back. No, I don't believe that. So I just wanted to clear that up. And then I want to let you know that there's a link below if you would like a private reading, as well as for a series of on-demand readings that I started doing recently. And this month is called Ready for Love, and they're for single people. So I'll have links for both of those things below. But yeah, when I do these readings, it's always with the intention of self-empowerment for all of you. And otherwise, it's not worth me doing it. I actually did go into this with myself for a long time because I was torn about it. I know it's too easy to give that impression, and I am kind of contradicting myself, because when I do these readings, it's going to seem like I'm saying, okay, this is happening and this is happening. Hopefully people can take it not with a grain of salt, but just with the spirit of how I'm intending it. Okay, so I've cut the cards, and we shall see. That I think, it's funny, Libra, you are swords because you're an air sign, and that connects to air signs. This should be your, I think this should be like with Libra. I don't know if this is connected. I would say it's more connected with Gemini, but I don't know. Just because Gemini it's actually, if you think about it, this is the sign of the twins. That's like the Gemini symbol, but I think it should be Libra making a decision. Here's another swords. Been getting that star card a lot. It makes me thinking that star card that some people are really starting to heal from things that may have come up, especially around the eclipse. And but this could be like real positive developments, that make you feel hopeful. So I'll get to that later, because this is the heart of the matter. If I can grasp these cards with my non-existent nails. I think I'm going to have to slide it. I like to cut my nails really short. So as the heart of the matter, the judgment card is it's kind of like the chickens coming home to roost. What you sow, so shall you reap. And that is, some people mistakenly believe that is punishment, and it's not. It is gravity punishment for dropping something to the ground. It's very, it doesn't have to be emotional at all. It's very just cause and effect. Sometimes this can be a legal judgment, so somebody getting out of a marriage situation or a, what do you call those, inheritance issue, an estate issue is resolved. It's in the upright position, so it looks good. But if this is a card of feeling like, you know, you're seeing the results of a past action, understand that you have to see your part in it. If you feel like a victim of something that occurs, you're going to be disempowered. If this is a work situation, it may be about arbitration, because we have in the past position the Two of Swords. This could be two people at loggerheads, you and your employer. You see the moon in the background, and I believe, I can't be 100% on this, but sometimes the moon indicates deception. So it can be you're negotiating with somebody who isn't putting all their cards on the table. And so you're kind of in the dark, and that's why the blindfold exists. But sometimes the blindfold exists, and even the moon, because you're fooling yourself and you're not seeing what you should be seeing. So I feel like there's going to be a settlement for some of you. If this is a work situation or an inheritance, this isn't the family money, the Ten of Pentacles, but this could be your personal affluence. This is a very good card for money. But it's number 10, so there could be some kind of wrapping up, endings, and that could indicate that, oh, and you know it's interesting too, because we just had a full moon 2 days ago in Pisces, and Pisces is actually your opposite sign. I mean, not opposite sign. Libra's, Aries is your opposite sign. I'm sorry, I'm recording this in the morning and I'm a little bit jumbled. Aries is your opposite sign, so that's the 7th house. So the 6th house would be Pisces, and that we just had a full moon in Pisces. So for some of you, you may be ending some kind of relationship with a particular employer, but you may get the golden parachute, which would be very nice. So you may be independently wealthy, or at least solvent for the time being. And the Judgment card is that sign that you have come through the fire. That the Judgment card can be you coming through the fire, and it can be a rebirth. In personal relationships, this can be a situation where you have gotten divorced, and in the past position, maybe both of you did not want to give up the goods, and so you're both like kind of fighting each other. So it sounds like you're going to benefit from the decision financially. And what's the other thing that I wanted to say? The Capricorn jumped out at me, so I don't know if any of you have been involved with Capricorns, but the Pentacles connect to Earth signs, and the number 10, the 10th house is Capricorn's house. So you're both cardinal signs. I do see that pattern of Librans and Capricorns getting together. And I will say, if you are with a Capricorn individual, you have to really look at your part. Did you get with this person because they had a lot of money and you like to live very nicely, high off the hog? And I'm a vegetarian, so I don't like that expression, because I think it has to do with eating those beautiful pigs. But you get the drift. So what is crossing you is represented by the Queen of Swords. Uh-oh. I keep thinking of this book that I have. I don't have it right in front of me. It's called it's by Anthony Lewis. It's called Tarot Plain and Simple. And he has all these keywords. And I never forgot the one for the Queen of Swords reversed. He said a real bitch. So someone, a female, is being really nasty and representing the worst qualities in a woman. And with the sword, this can be with communication, using your words as weapons. I'm not saying this is you, but if it is you, that's not very nice. You may feel justified if you, let's say you were cheated on by a spouse, and you may have planets in Scorpio if you're a Libra, including Mercury in Scorpio, which can, tear people to pieces verbally. And really intuitively know what their Achilles heel is. That's the kicker of Mercury in Scorpio. John Lennon was a Libra who had Mercury in Scorpio, and apparently he had that ability to really slice and dice people. But in any case, if this is somebody else, it could be a mother-in-law who finally unloads on you and tells you what she really thinks, what she has really thought all along about you. It could be the mother of this person's child, and perhaps that is who he cheated on with you. He was going back and forth. You thought it was done. And maybe even during the eclipse season, you found out, or Mercury retrograde, something happened that made you aware of what was happening. Don't lower yourself. And usually Librans are very polite and gracious. So it could be another person, and this could be the other woman gloating. And, you don't want to suck yourself into that drama. What you say is, well, I hope the two of you will be really happy together. Say it with just like a hint of sarcasm. Just kidding. Okay, I'm just going to keep going. Advice is the Star card, and this is about healing. Do whatever it takes to heal. And usually this involves moving forward in your life, not wallowing in the past, not speaking of the situation constantly, embracing spirituality instead of just assuming that your life is the world, what the world is presenting you, because it could be like your loved ones could be trying to contact you, or your spirit guide, and you may be pushing it away because you have this overly developed intellect that may tend to be very analytical and not necessarily all that embracing of the unseen world. So even just like if you've never meditated, starting a practice like that can get you in touch with all of that. And you can just do 10 minutes if you feel like very antsy, and you'll gradually be able to sit longer and longer. And the more that you sit, the more you don't even have to stop your thoughts. You can examine your thoughts. Self-inquiry is such a useful tool, in my opinion, to kind of like say, okay, how did I get here? Instead of like the blame game. Okay, yeah, he cheated on me, talking to your girlfriends. Oh, isn't this terrible? He's such a dog, blah, blah, blah. No, how did I get here? Did I really love him? What attracted me to him? Was it his money? Was it his stature? Was it his looks? That's a big one with Libra. What was it? And how can I learn from this relationship and what happened? And the outcome is, I love this card, the Fool. Going off, embarking on your new journey in life. You're having a solar return starting on September 22nd, Libra. Happy birthday for those of you born at the end of September. And, well, there's my somebody at the door, so I'm going to go. And I wish you all the best in the coming couple of weeks. Bye.